In this video, I'm going to show you how you can make images move in CapCut. Now, this is actually surprisingly easy, and once you learn how to do it, you will have learned how to do it forever. It's very easy. You won't have to come back to a video again. So first, go ahead and import your image. So I'm going to go to Media. I'm going to click on Import, and I'm just going to import this JPEG image that I've downloaded of a beach. So I'm going to then drag that beach onto the timeline. So now we can make this image move. We can zoom into the image. We can zoom into a specific place. We can also zoom out. And we can do this with keyframes. So you want to click on the clip and then go to video, and you should see here position and style. And then if you look to the right of your screen, you've got different keyframes. So we can zoom in and we can move the X and Y axis as well as rotate as well. Now, first you want to go ahead and click on the keyframe on scale and position. And if you then zoom in, you can see here, it's added a keyframe like this little square to the start of the clip. So now if we go to where we want to end the movement, so let's say I want to move the image, I don't know, like 5 seconds in. Then we can go ahead and finish the movement. So at the start, it's going to be on these default properties. And then at the end where this cursor is, maybe we want the scale to be here and we want to zoom in like to that specific palm tree, right? So now you can see this more clearly. Here is the second keyframe. So now from the start of the keyframe, where it is the original values, it will now make its way to the second values that you've entered. So this is what keyframing is. You can see you got your first keyframe all the way to the second keyframe, and then it will stay these values here until you enter in another keyframe and change it anymore. So now let's play this, and you can see you have the clip moving. Now let's say when we want to move it back here. So we want to then click on the keyframe again, and that's going to tell CapCut that, okay, we want to keep these values until this point here, this keyframe. And then we can go ahead and decide, okay, how long do we want it to move for? So maybe this long. And then we can move these values back to the original. So we'll do 100. The X and Y axis is going to be 0, right? So that's going back to original. So now it's going to zoom in and then zoom out. You can see we've got these 4 keyframes here on the timeline. Zoom in and then zoom out. So that's how you can essentially get images to move in Premiere. You can also rotate and do things like that, and a lot of other stuff. You can change the opacity. A lot of things you can do with keyframes, but that's been a basic tutorial. I hope that did help you out.